The Lord be with you. And yes. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Mark. Glory to you, O Lord. At that time, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, and led them up a high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his garments became glistening intensely white, as no ruler on earth could reach them. And there appeared to them Elijah with Moses, and they were talking to Jesus. And Peter said to Jesus, Master, it is well that we are here. Let us take 3 booths, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. For he did not know what to say, for they were exceedingly afraid. And a cloud overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud. This is my beloved Son, listen to him. And suddenly, looking around, they no longer saw anyone with them, but Jesus only. And as they were coming down the mountain, he charged them to tell no one what they had seen, until the Son of Man should have risen from the dead. So they kept the matter to themselves, questioning what the rising of the dead meant. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. God is good, and all the time, and that is nature, and I am a witness of the Lord's goodness. Brothers and sisters, on this second Sunday of Lent, the Lord is inviting me and you for a very special journey. The journey to walk, yes, to travel, not out there, but to travel and walk into ourselves, to walk into your heart, to walk into your inner being. Kwamba tunaalikwa kwa safari, lakini safari si ya kwenda huko nje, bali safari ni ya kila mmoja wetu aweze kutembea ndani ya roho yake, aweze kuangazia kilicho ndani. Na hiyo safari sio safari rahisi. Kutembea kwenda huko nje ni rahisi. Kila wakati ukiulizwa mambo ya huko na wengine ni rahisi kuyasema. Tunakuwa wepesi kuenenda huko nje, lakini sisi ni wagumu wa kuenenda ndani yetu. Today, therefore, the Lord is inviting me to take that journey. And that's the journey that Abraham also took when he was visited by the Lord and was asked to be part and parcel of the life of God. He traveled away from his country physically, but he has traveled that journey inwardly so that he could be able to be our Father in faith. Therefore, our theme today is faith in God that leads us to listen to God, the Father, to Jesus Christ, Emmanuel, God with us. Faith is a journey that is an inward journey. Faith is a journey that invites us to look unto ourselves. And it is faith that opens our inner ears, our inner eyes, so that we can be able to say yes to the Lord, to say yes to His invitation. At our baptism, all of us are asked, do you reject Satan and all his ways? And we say, yes, I reject him. Do you believe in God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit? And we say what? Yes, I do. That journey of rejecting evil is not out there. That journey of rejecting, of believing in God is not out there, but in myself. That is why it has to be I reject Satan. I believe in God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Therefore, this faith is opening my heart, is opening my inner ears, so that I'm able to listen to the Word of God. At baptism, at the end of baptism, the minister or the priest who baptizes prays a prayer by touching the ears, the mouth of the person being baptized, and prays that may the Lord open your ears, may He loosen your tongue, so that you may hear the word of God and proclaim it. The word of Jesus Christ that is called Ephata, be opened. And therefore today, to make this journey, that is an inward journey, we need to call on God the Father to open our hearts, to open our ears, that we be open, that we may be able to listen to the word of God. Abraham, our father in faith, listened to the word of God, and he's told that God wants him to make a sacrifice. And what kind of sacrifice? That he was to sacrifice his only son. And it had taken him a long time, if you remember his life with Sarah, to get that child. That they had even thought of getting another child by the slave child, the son called Ishmael, born by Sarah's girl Hagar. But God is promising Abraham, I am going to bless you from your descendants. And yet now, when God has given him a son, He tells him, go up the mountain, sacrifice this son for me. That journey has been a very long journey for Abraham. To even imagine that the God who has said is going to bless him, now he's telling him, sacrifice to me the son. I'm imagining that journey was even longer and tiring than the journey that he took his son, looking for firewood, going up the mountain to sacrifice his son. That inward journey of trying to understand what God is doing has been a very long journey. Yet Abraham accepts and takes this other journey and goes up the mountain with his son. And his son, at one time, when you read the book of Genesis, was later on read read parts of it as you do. You even ask, you can hear the son asking, we have the wood. Where is the lamb of sacrifice? And what was the answer of Abraham? The Lord will provide. That is faith. The Lord will provide. Yes, he was asking himself, what will happen when I lay this son of mine and slay him for sacrifice? The time came when they reached out the mountain, and Abraham prepared the wood with his son, and they laid his son on the wood. When they came to the place of which God had told him, Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order. Then Abraham put forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. Brothers and sisters, that is faith. It is not like how we see today in families or in relationships where somebody can take a knife or take a gun and shoot a person and say it was a friend. Or even slit the throat of somebody that have been together for many years as a husband, a wife, or a child, or a child even slitting the throat of the parents. This is different. This is a command from God, and you can see there Abraham with the knife, and the son laying on the wood. The wood's there, and Abraham is ready. His hand is up, and he's going to slay his son. When we listen to the news all over, how people are killing each other, how life is being destroyed, right, center, and forward, you can ask yourself, why would God want Abraham to be part of it? That is why it's a change. This journey of Abraham that he took deep into his heart in faith is changing things around. When we take that journey of faith, it is going to turn things around. Don't be afraid, my brother and my sister, to take that journey into your heart. Walk. Yes, at times it is wrong. At times it may be lonely. At times there will be voices telling you, go back, turn back. But don't turn back. Look at Abraham. Almost at the point of saying, it is useless. It is hopeless. My son is going to die. He has the knife. And there, just at that very moment, the journey of faith brings fruits. God sent an angel, and the angel stops Abraham. But the angel of the Lord called him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham, do not lay your hand on the lamb or do anything to harm him. For now the Lord has known that you fear him, seeing that you have not held your son, your only begotten son. Brothers and sisters, the journey of faith is a difficult journey. And the journey that you cannot walk with another person. It is you, it is I who has to walk that journey. Yes, we come, many of us in church, we are all walking together as the faithful, but that singular journey of faith, you have got to walk alone on that path. And you have got to walk like Abraham. And it's only when the Lord sees our faith, it's going to call us by name. And when you turn and behold that when Abraham turned, what did he see? And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him there was a ram. A ram had been sent by the Lord that he would sacrifice it instead of his son. Indeed, the Lord, in those olden days, is teaching his people that he is not pleased with the human sacrifice. There were many religions in the time of Abraham who sacrificed children, who sacrificed young people in the name of giving a sacrifice to God. Therefore, God is teaching the people through Abraham, that he is not pleased with human sacrifice. Of course, we know in the Old Testament that the firstborn of the male children were brought to the Lord. They were meant to be sacrificed, but they had to be redeemed with a lamb. 1 year and blemished lamb. So we see here Isaac is being redeemed by his lamb. Therefore, he was sacrificed because God is teaching, and God is teaching us through the faith of Abraham. Abraham, our father in faith, is teaching us that this is possible, but it's a very, very difficult journey. And when he saw the ram, he was able to offer this ram as a burnt offering, a burnt sacrifice to the Lord. And God again emphasizes the promises that he had told him. I will bless you because you have not withheld your only begotten Son. I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven and as the sand in the seashore. Faith. We are called to faith and we listen, then the consequence is blessing. And that is why we can be able to sing. Like your son in the respiratory son, you said very well by Manabusi. I will walk in the presence of the Lord in the land of. Note, it is not saying we will walk. It is saying I. Because that journey of faith is new. And at times it's difficult. That is why you need courage. That is why you need encouragement in your hands. I will walk in the presence of the Lord in the land of. And then St. Paul encourages us and strengthens us more by telling us that if God is on our side, who can be? When I'm walking, and God is not with me, I should not fear anything, because nobody can be against me. And the gospel is telling us that when we are in the presence of God, that is the moment when He is speaking to us. The transfiguration, when God invites these three disciples, Peter, James, and John, to go out. The three of them, they ran up to Jesus. And they thought were very privileged. They were indeed. And when they were walking up the mountain, they never knew this was a very important moment for Jesus. What happens when they go up the mountain? This mountain is called Mount Tabor. They see two important personalities, Moses and Elijah. And these two are conversing with Jesus. The experts of theology tell us there's a moment when Jesus gave encouragement about the Old Testament that was coming to fulfill, the laws, the Torah, the prophecies that he was coming to fulfill. And therefore, Elijah and Moses are talking and conversing with Jesus, so that Jesus will be seen to come to be the one who is fulfilling the Old Testament. Who says, I have come not to destroy what was there before, but to do what? Not a dot, not an iota of the law will be removed. Here we see there in the middle, Peter, James, and John. They are the observers. They are are the ones who are observing what is happening. And Peter sees this. The master face has been turned, his clothes are so white, and he says, this is the place to be. Let us be here for another time. Let us build how many goods? 3. One for you, Jesus, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. We are told, we read the other, it's not the Gospel of Luke, the Gospel of Matthew, that they were so afraid, they did not know what to say. And Jesus did not say anything up there on mountain. But his father, a cloud comes, a cloud overshadowed them, and a voice is heard. Remember, we had the beginning of the year, first Sunday of the year, the Sunday of baptism, when again when Jesus was baptized, a cloud came, and a voice was heard. The voice of God the Father, when Jesus was being baptized, was, "You are my beloved Son, my favor rests on you." But today, the Lord is speaking to us and speaking to the disciples and saying, "This is my beloved Son. Listen to me." My brothers and sisters, our faith will be when I'm able to listen to God. Imani yangu itakuwa ni imani angavu wakati ambapo nitaweza kumsikiza Mungu. Huyu ni mwanangu mpendwa, msikize. You will listen to God. And therefore God, in His words, is telling Jesus, and He's inviting me and you to listen to God. To listen to God. If you look at this moment, when Peter and James and John are on the mountain, they want to live there, isn't it? They find the place is so good, they want to live there. But you remember when Jesus is going to be trying to go and pray in the Garden of Gethsemane, He tells the disciples to pray with Him. He invites Peter and John to be closer with Him. Were they able to pray? What happened? Slept. And when the soldiers came, what happened? They all left. But here they want to stay with Jesus on the mountain because it's so good. Many times we want to stay where it's comfortable. Our comfort zone, where nobody is asking us anything, nobody knows about ourselves, we have not taken the journey of faith into our hearts. We are comfortable because nobody knows about us. But if God was to come, like we sing, nifungulie mshindi, God was to come and bring the video of our lives. Are there parts that will tell God, "Hey, wait, there, stop, let me see that only"? Or there are parts who say, this one people can watch. But you of God, nakwambia tafadhali hiyo of God, sio ngine yangu na wewe, wacha tu na wewe. No, that means there is a part that you're not allowed to walk deep in yourself. And walking in yourself, my brother and my sister, is to reach that moment when now you say, like the prodigal son, I have sinned. I need to confess my sins. Listen to God the Father. Therefore, in this Lent, let us be strengthened in faith. Let us allow ourselves to walk that difficult journey of faith, tutembee mpaka ndani ya roho zetu, lakini pia tuwe watu wa imani ambayo ni imani ambayo inasaidia mimi na kusaidia wewe. In this second week, we will told for the Lenten campaign about journeying with our youth. We have looked at that caption that was shown before Mass, and seeing how sometimes the youth would be in difficulties. And he is not the youth just for young years. You can be a youth in your faith, and that you need change. You need to be strengthened. And therefore, when you talk about the youth, especially talking to you, my dear students, let us remember you're being invited to walk in the path of chastity in your schools. You're being to walk in the path of hard work, that you may work hard to be able to make ends meet. You're being invited to walk in the path of obedience. You're being invited to walk in a path where nobody will use you, either young or old, all the politicians, so that you can cause havoc and harm to us. Yes, if you allow yourself to walk in the journey of faith, you shall stand firm. My prayer is, all of us, young and old, take this path, the path of Abraham, the path that St. Paul is inviting us, knowing that God is on our side. You're not going to be afraid, because God is going to be against us. To walk up the mountain with Jesus, where we see him being transfigured, to see that the Old Testament is being fulfilled in Jesus Christ. And he is telling us, you want to follow me? Then you hear what God the Father is saying? He's saying, listen to me. We open our minds and hearts to listen to God always. We ask Mary, our mother, to assist us to listen to us. We ask St. Joseph, our Father in faith, who really took the child Jesus, that he was able to listen to God and perhaps also listen to Jesus when he was growing up, knowing that he was going to be the one to save us from our sins. May this Lent be a moment for us to increase in faith and not to be afraid, for God is with us. And that to always remember, I'm being invited to walk in the presence of the Lord in the land of Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Tumsifu Yesu Kristo.